And we're back. Thank you for your patience. Right now we were kind of talking about some memories and some stuff came up. So we're gonna go over that. There was a time when I was a junior that she lived with Dad, and she was going to move to her mom's to finish high school, near her mom's house. I don't even remember what it was. And that didn't happen. So we're just kind of, I guess, going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what I remember.
Yeah.
I remember,
or I can say, like, I remember being at the door with 2 black trash bags of clothes, nothing else packed, just clothes, and my mom was about to pick me up.
That's what I'm saying. I remember.
That's all it was, though.
Yeah. No, but I was thinking like duffel bags. But yeah, I remember that.
There were 2 black trash bags. And I think I don't remember. I just remember like being at the door with those 2 bags of clothes. My mom was waiting for me to pick me up, and that was gonna be it. That was gonna be the weekend that I start and just be living at my mom's house. And then I remember you guys were talking to me, and I cannot tell you. I mean, I kind of remember the conversation, kind of like don't go type thing, but I don't remember like the context of everything. So
right,
yeah.
Well, okay, so I don't know if you were going to say something. Okay, so I remember literally being at the front door. Her mom was in the car. I remember she had gone out to the car and came back in. I don't remember like the details, but I remember being at the door, Dad, her, and she's telling us like she's gonna go finish or do her senior year at some high school near her mom's house. And I was like, well, why? Like, just finish your senior year here. You have your friends here. Like, just finish here. And then you go do whatever you want. But, like, just finish. Like, just finish here. That's what I remember. We were just trying to convince her to just finish her high school career here. And then
I remember I didn't take the bags with me. I still went to my mom's house, but I just remember leaving the bags here. And I was just going to use that weekend to, I guess, think it over.
Yeah.
I do remember we visited a high school, and it was like a college high school for gifted students, as you know. But I do remember visiting that, and I did get accepted into that. And it was going to help me like accelerate my college courses, all of that stuff. So it wasn't going to be just a regular public high school, I guess. It was going to be a better opportunity to be an accelerated education, I guess you would say. That I do remember visiting that high school.
Yeah.
So,
and that's kind of only what I was going to say was it wasn't for any reason, she had a goal, and this school it's an intercollegiate like high school, and she had to literally have certain grades to get in. She had to not be in any trouble, and she had to apply. She had to do a interview. I don't know if you remember all that. I took you 3 times to this school.
I don't remember.
Like she had to go. We went.
I remember going once.
No, I remember specifically going twice, and then the 3rd time was when I had gotten the letter, and I told them you weren't going to go. Like, because it was an acceptance. You got accepted not only to the high school, but into their college dual program. And you even chose like your classes and everything. like she like had chose like her classes and all that stuff. And, even though things were hard at home, with her and Vanessa and being able to communicate together, she felt it was harder for her to communicate at my home with my situation. So, yeah.
Also too, like, I didn't necessarily communicate with my dad that I was going to move. Like,
No, she didn't.
Like, yeah, like I think I was scared. It was like I was living, I don't want to say two separate lives. I mean, I kind of was. It was very similar and very different at the same time. Like, I felt scared to tell my dad anything in regards to, like, you know, I want to move my mom's house or this or that, or like, this is what I want to do. And I also felt scared to tell my mom, like, I maybe don't want to go either. And I think I was trying to please both parents, both families. And I may have hurt my mom more doing that, because I kept telling her, you know, I'm going to move with you. And then I wouldn't. But also, too, I think it wasn't a good situation at my mom's house or at my dad's house. It was kind of the same. And I think I can't remember like why I necessarily wanted to leave. I just knew I couldn't handle what the house situation anymore. It was getting a lot. But I don't know if maybe that weekend when I went to my mom's house, like I was like, it's not better. Like it's not, I'm not having a new life, or it's not going to be a better situation for me. Like I have my own room at my dad's house, or
I think that was what it
my
was.
friends are here. Like I'm going to be an ASB, like, or I'm going to apply for, I don't even know if, like when it was, but like I was still doing sports. Like I think just my life was here, and I think maybe I just needed a quick escape. But in all reality, like I don't think there was anything better for me at your house either. So I think it was just like, I don't know, it's just a lot of just like why. Like I don't remember a lot. Like I really I remember it and I don't remember it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
were you gonna say something? Or no?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you were.
I was. But I don't. It doesn't matter.
It does. Go ahead.
It does. Okay. I thought that that high school. I thought that was a separate situation. I thought that was like years prior, and I thought moving this like for the senior year was to go to. I don't even know if I want to say the name of the school.
The high school. I know what you're talking about.
That starts with an E.
I don't think so.
I could have sworn, but again,
I feel
my
like
memory's shot.
A lot of memories are just like
Yeah.
I don't
For
think
me,
so.
I thought the college high school was prior to that. I don't know if it was prior to her to the high school that she went to, or if it was just freshman sophomore year. And then I remember that when we were conversing here, it was like it was that other school that starts with an E.
Yeah.
Out that way. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know why. It just in my mind, I was like, wait a minute.
And there was a couple of times where she was going to move back with me. There was like two, and that probably was the second time. And both times had to do with school. Like, and I don't know if that's just Mariyah's way of doing things, but even when she moved here with you guys, she blamed it on the school. She had told me that she had wanted to move over here for the schools. Like,
gotcha.
Where this kid researched schools from, I have no idea. But she always was focused on a school that she wanted to go to.
Gotcha.
So the couple of times where she was moving back or was planning to move back with me, I know had to do with the school.
Gotcha.
And then anytime that she, wanted to, I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But
that's why I said I don't think it's relevant, but I for some reason I thought they were different times, but whatever.
There were a few times.
There were.
I think honestly, like 2 distinctive times where I was just like, I do want to move.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was just in the moment or if it was something that I like truly wanted. Which I mean, I ended up staying each time. Yeah. So I guess it wasn't something I truly wanted, but it wasn't because like my mom, it was just the situation in general.
That brings up a quick question. I will try. No, I won't make it long. But how about for that parent then? What would you say to that parent? Because, like it sounds to me like you weren't trying to hurt either of us, necessarily. but there's like I've just recently read one of the a parent posting about how sad she was that her son wanted to go move with her dad or with his dad, and I think sometimes us parents can get like like sad feelings hurt because
And that's
you
that's understandable. That's your child too. Like, you may not be able to experience
to help us parents feel better.
The everyday experiences you would with a child. Like when I got my first period, you weren't there for that, but I called you as soon as it happened. And I went to Vanessa. Actually, I remember when I got it, I told my dad, "Can I speak to Vanessa alone?" And I was like, something happened, and she's like, "Oh my God, you started." And I was like, "Oh, I was like, "Oh, okay." And then I remember, I don't know if I remember calling you the same. I'm pretty sure I called you the same night, or maybe the next morning. But yeah, like, it is hard because as the parent that's not there all the time doesn't get to experience those. And it can be hard, but you have to remember too, like, it's okay. Like, yes, you may not be able to experience it firsthand there, but they're still going to call you. Mm-hmm. They're still going to tell you about it. They're still, if you are proactive, if you're calling them, texting them, they're going to tell you, and I would tell you those things, or, this happened at school, or we would conversate a lot and things like that. So I think it's also, you can't, like, a lot of things were going on, but we still maintained our relationship. And I feel like I said earlier, I think in part one, some parents let the outside affect their relationship with their kids sometimes. Mm-hmm. And so you just have to remember, like, not to do that. And you'll have your own memories with your kid too. So, it is hard, and it can be hard, but you're going to have your own personal memories with them as well. So,
well, it is hard. It is hard, as the bio mom, to experience when your child tells you they don't want to live with you. It's just a feeling you can't explain, So I just wanted her to just express it, like, she loves me.
I have a question for Vanessa.
Oh,
damn. No, this was back when I was like 9 and I wanted to live with my dad. Like, what were your thoughts?
Ooh. Oh, I was excited.
Oh, okay.
I really was. I was excited. We made like a room for you. Mm. I was thrilled. I was really, really excited.
Living in the first house by then? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was thrilled. Mm-hmm. I was over the moon. I was thrilled. Mm-hmm. I have no other words. I was excited you were coming.
You were excited to deal with me?
I wasn't excited about you. But I was like, yeah, let's get rid of her. Bring the kid here. She can go. Yeah, I was so happy. Mm-hmm. Like, and your dad was beyond thrilled. Mm-hmm.
I remember, I remember, I think this was my memory of it. I don't know if my dad remembers, but I remember being in the car with him and being like, I want to move with you. Mm-hmm. And he was like, okay. And then it just happened. I don't really remember like the logistics of everything. I just remember being like, I want to go with my dad. And it just, I think I lived my first half of my life.
You did.
I don't remember that, but when you say that, I feel like something I would say.
Totally.
So I don't know. I think things were just getting to a point at like my mom's where I was just like, I can't live like this. Mm-hmm. And I don't remember a whole lot of the back and forth before that. Like when
really?
when I lived with you, like I don't remember the visits of like my dad, like going over there that much.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah, I don't really remember that part of it. I feel like my first.
You remember Ethan used to pick you up from school?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember like I went to school where you lived. My Ethan would pick me up. we would go on the curvy
Yeah.
road. Like, I do remember that. I just don't remember like going to my dad's for the weekend type thing.
Yeah.
I feel like my memories really started when I started living with my dad. In regard, like I don't remember a lot, but I just feel like I don't remember like before that. Like I don't really remember. I don't know. My memories are very hazy when it comes to all of that, but just yeah.
I think you did spend a lot more time like with us. And now it's like all like, you know, when we start to doing this, like all the flashbacks like start
Right.
coming back. And I do believe, like we were talking about earlier, we did a lot of softball. We and then if it wasn't softball, it was basketball. So we were doing like a lot of like travel. And I want to say you weren't happy with that. I want to say you weren't I don't think that you were happy with us always traveling, and then you wanted to stay with your dad. Like you ended up wanting to like, and then you didn't like how, you know, certain, and you know, things were happening and certain, you know, being with us. And so it was like, I remember like that's why I think you didn't have a lot of memories, like because you were always with us doing something on the weekend.
Yeah.
So you didn't go with your dad a lot. And now that I think about it, maybe that's why when you moved over there, you spent so much time with them and you didn't come with me. And I used to get like mad. I used to get so mad because I would go to pick her up, and then everything was all, we had to leave certain times, you know, and if I didn't pick her up by that time, I had to leave. We had to leave for the whole weekend. And it was we were gone for the whole weekend and that was it.
Yeah.
And so I just remember like the timing was never right. Like, and so I wouldn't have her.
Yeah. Well, I just remember too, like if it didn't work out for like your partner's schedule and the softball schedule, I wasn't getting picked up, and that would hurt me a lot. And it, you know, there's times where you'd be like, I'm coming, and then you wouldn't come, and then you'd be gone for the whole weekend, and I'd be upset.
Yeah.
Really upset. So it was a lot to me. It was a lot of like, you were too focused on that to come get me, and that hurt, you know.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, I was at my dad's house and we were doing cheer, you know, like we were doing something here for my sister. So it's just like,
I was going to say, because you would tell me things like that too, like, oh, I had to do this with Vanessa, or you know, they went and did this and I couldn't do that. So it felt like, well, they're doing this, you know, to you, and why are you mad at me? Like, so I think,
well, also too, I feel like there were times where I would go to your house, and then I feel like you guys would do something, like you guys, because we used to have like Knott's passes, you guys would go to Knott's, and then I'd be like, why didn't we do that when I was here for that weekend? So it was a lot of like, why is it that whenever I'm at the other parent's house, you guys are always doing something without me, you know? And it was just like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I felt like the odd man out. I felt like the person, like I was just there. I was just floating between both houses, you know? And it was just, yeah,
yeah, I could see that.
Those are the memories I keep, I guess. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't have like all bad memories, but I do remember like the good memories, some good memories too. But it's just like,
yeah.
I think I remember more of the emotions than like what actually happened. So
yeah, we get it. That's. I mean, these things can leave us speechless, right? No, go ahead.
Well, valid. Let me say valid. I understand that. Oh God, don't put me
sorry.
But to play devil's advocate. So if you go to, like you said, like you're explaining, you go to mom's and we do something fun. That's how I'm hearing it. And then you come to us and then mom just does something fun on her weekend, right? I mean, it could have been us being assholes and just, okay, maybe we're doing the fun stuff when she's gone. Or could it just be that that was just the scheduling? Like they have softball games, right? So maybe that one weekend they went to Knott's because they didn't have a softball game. or this one weekend went on because we didn't have a chair, whatever we had. Could it have just sorry, it's distracted. The way you see it, valid, but I'm thinking maybe other kids. I wouldn't want other kids to think like that's what's happening.
I think as a parent, especially now that I'm a parent, you look at the schedule, you look at the calendar, you do those things.
Right.
As a kid, I don't care to understand that. The
Right,
scheduling,
that makes sense.
So when I was younger, for me it was like, why can't you tell me the schedule? Why can't we schedule something when I would be here?
Right.
As a parent, it's like you said, maybe it's the weekend where cheer isn't happening.
Right.
Or like there's already, I mean, I have a calendar. If you know me, I have my calendar. I have all my events. I plan it ahead of time, all these things, right? And maybe there's this one time where it's free, so we do something.
Right.
I get that now as a parent. As a child, you don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's just like,
and then our fault for not. Maybe we should have been a little bit more transparent with you, because I think like as a parent, like sometimes you just want to not tell your kids things,
right?
Like certain things, right?
Yeah,
keep a surprise.
But not even that. Just like
it's almost like I think like it's one of those things where I feel like when we were talking about how we were raised, like I feel like in our generation, you were raised to not tell it's not your kid's business.
Yeah, it's not their business.
It's like when
it's
we were
adult
raised,
business.
you heard that a lot in our age group of like, it's none of your business. It's not your kid's business. Your kid don't need to know that stuff. Like what? Your kid don't need to know about your bills. They don't need to know about your money. They don't need to know about your calendar. You don't talk to your kids about that stuff.
Right.
Like those are the things that I believe that a lot of our generation grew up with. Where our kids' generation, everything's on an app and everybody's on the app and everybody's sharing a calendar and everybody knows where you're at. They know your location. They know your everything. So I think like now with that, right?
I think like an advice, I guess you would say, is because it affected me, right? When I was younger, to me it was like they left me out. They didn't care, all that stuff. But and I think also too the way your guys' relationship was affected it too, because you guys couldn't communicate. Hey, we're doing something this weekend. She's gonna be here this weekend because we're gonna be doing something.
Right.
And so you like, I'm not gonna say have the most perfect relationship with your blended family, right? It's you either aren't, you are, like you can't. It's not always gonna be right, but you can't let that affect your communication with them in order to make sure your kid is part of those family memories too.
Right.
Yeah.
You can be mad at them. You can have disagreements. You may not even like each other. But at the end of the day, like, the kid matters.
Yeah.
And so you have to be able to make sure that you can communicate those things.
Yeah.
Like, communication about the kid should maintain neutral and not, well, this is happening, don't communicate, blah, blah, blah. So it's just like, I think that if you're going to take anything away from that, take away that. Communicate with the other parent. Hey, we're doing something this weekend.
Right.
Just like that. I think that's the biggest thing.
Back to communication.
Yeah.
Like we just didn't have it. And two things. We didn't have it. Moms didn't have it. And I wasn't about to tell you all the info. Just as a kid, you know what I'm saying?
Because I get that too. Like,
and we're learning, and I'm sure you do different things. I do different things with my other kids.
Yeah.
Because I've learned.
Yeah. And I've unfortunately gone through the situation again. And now, honestly, there's really no excuses for parents to do the things that her and I did, because there's apps where you don't even have to talk to each other anymore. You guys can just communicate straight through those apps for your child's purposes. Your kids' sports and everything can go in those apps. Your teachers' conferences can go in those apps. So you don't have an excuse like we kind of did. Like, we don't have an excuse, but we did. We didn't communicate that at all, period. But now there's no reason for that. So utilize those opportunities. We'll those apps that are available, ways to communicate. Like, you have no excuse. You don't have to even talk to the other person anymore. Like, you literally can use those type of things. And I mean, to end it, like, if there's any other advice that you would give to like parents or or kids or anything else to, help, or is there anything else that,
Don't
I mean,
just as a parent, just don't be an asshole. Like,
yeah, don't be an
that.
asshole.
Throw the ego out. Throw the jealousy out. Um, they always say like, oh, it's all about the kid and da da da. And I know, like, for me, I was like, no, I fucking hate her mom. Like, it's more about the hate for her. Like, I don't like her mom. She's that bad. Like, it was so much energy put into her instead of her.
Yeah.
Her instead of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think work on yourself. Work on yourself. And I know it's hard because for many years it was real hard for me. But work on yourself. Check out the academy that's coming.
Yes. And we hope, Mariyah, you join us with more episodes. Yes?
Yes.
It was good.
We'll see. Send us questions.
It's been flowing. It was a good podcast. I like it. I mean, to end it on a good note, though, after like everything that we've been talking about, you can see the change when it comes to everyone. My relationship with Vanessa, my relationship with my dad, my relationship with my mom. Like, it is so impactful having a good relationship with the other woman or the other dad or whatever. Like, not the other dad, but like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like being able to communicate, being able to be okay has been so impactful in these later years in my life. Not that I'm crazy old or whatever, but it's just like,
neither are we.
Like, but I mean, I'm 26 now, and it's still it's changing my life in a good way, like there's no it's never too late. Like, I'm this age now, and it's still healing me, this relationship that we've all had. Like, it's been very healing and very good. Like, I feel good. And I don't think I didn't feel that as a child, but now it's just like I'm getting everything that I wish I had.
Aww.
And so that's been really good.
Group hug.
Yeah. I literally told them,
And I just thought about this. And yes, it's been good for everybody, but all the sisters, the six sisters. So I would assume maybe we'll do one with all of them.
That'd be fun.
I would assume it's been impactful, at least a little bit for them.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Or maybe dad.
Ooh.
I don't know if we can get dad on this screen, but we'll see. Anywho.
Yeah,
I think we're done for now.
All right. We'll see you on the next one.
See you on the next one.
Yes.
Bye. Why do we